don't know. I guess I'll just start it. I don't know. I'm gonna do a raw take, Adrian.
Just get in
Really.
there.
Hey guys, I'm Scott. Exploring attractions here with Adrian from.
Oh, LoshTV. I apologize.
Yeah, it's
Hello.
fine,
It's been a
guys.
while. It's kind of rusty.
Side note, I have no idea what we're doing with this podcast, I guess. But really, I hit up Adrian and I said, "Hey, yo, you want to film something? There's lots of theme park news going on and all East Coast and West Coast, so let's just chat about it." And little teaser. No, I'm not going to give it away. Adrian's got something planned, but I figure we'd have a little bit of fun here. Just touch up on a bunch of theme park stuff, Horror Nights related, because I know that everybody loves Horror Nights news, especially coming from Adrian and I.
Everyone.
Represent Horror Nights Unscripted.
Uh,
But you know what? Like, what's another big thing going on in Disney World right now, Adrian? What's one thing that we
um,
just talked about?
I mean, Epcot has a new attraction that's opening up,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of testing has been happening with this attraction.
Yeah.
And someone was very nice enough to leak a video.
so
Those great cast members, man.
so I mean, like I said, I don't really know what we're just here to have a conversation and have fun really with this podcast. I hope you guys just enjoy it, because Adrian and I have always been collabing together all the time, and we'll touch up a little bit on my Florida trip coming up next week. So bottom line is, guys, we're going to talk about everything in this podcast, just and have fun with it. But before we get into all that juicy stuff, make sure you subscribe with those bell notifications on, and you leave this video a like, and you comment down below on what your favorite part of this podcast was. But Adrian, go ahead, take it away. Go plug yourself.
Plug myself. You guys can check me out everywhere across the board. It's LoshTV or the LoshTV because some other person wants to use LoshTV on other platforms. Also, if you want to see both of us together along with a skew of other content creators, we do have the Boo Bros, which we're dedicated to haunt events mostly. So we do podcasts every now and then on there. So if you guys want to check that out, go ahead. Boo Bros Inc.
You already know it. And I feel like we should just start off with the obvious, which we kind of previewed already. And spoiler warning, we're going to be talking about spoilers in regard to Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, skip, I don't know, I'd say like 7-10 minutes ahead.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that.
Minutes.
Okay, so there was a leaked video that went out. We don't condone leaking, but obviously if it's out there, we're going to watch it. Of cast member previews. It was like a 1-minute snippet of the attraction. And I have my thoughts on it. Adrian, I want to get your thoughts on it.
I mean, it's pretty exactly what I expected from that attraction. I'm not saying I wasn't. I'm okay. The best way to say this, I feel as if this is something that the experience will be a lot better while you're on it
Mm-hmm.
rather than watching it in the video. Because I feel like a camera can't do what a whole attraction should be justice.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a good example would be Guardians of the Galaxy out in California.
Mm-hmm.
I'd always watch POVs of it and be like, oh, this is an okay attraction. When I went on it, I left California saying that was my favorite ride out there. So it's something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's the case with any attraction. Another prime example would be the Mario Kart attraction over in Japan. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, that looks, what is it called? Just not, doesn't live up to the hype, but I feel like experiencing it is different, and I can say that with Cosmic Rewind. I just think it looks exactly like how people have described it, Space Mountain mixed with a rock and roller coaster. And is it a good add to Epcot? Well, yeah, it's a new coaster. Obviously what was it before? Like,
It was Ellen's Energy Adventure,
yeah,
which is an hour-long attraction.
yeah, and it was a giant vehicle that you'd get in. And now we have a family friendly roller coaster with a backwards launch. I feel like Disney fans are going to get a kick out of that. Adrian made a funny joke before we started this up, but we'll
Oh
keep that to
man,
ourselves.
yeah.
But I feel like the addition of that does help out Epcot a lot. And then obviously whenever they're gonna open the Play Pavilion, I feel like we have to wait until D23 in August to get some information on the Play Pavilion. I feel like Epcot's getting great. I
I
mean, not
mean,
that it hasn't been great already, but
they're also adding the Moana that should be opening maybe next year as well too,
yeah.
because
I,
they're doing a lot of construction on that.
I mean, and
So
the whole central hub is nearing completion. Not like very soon, but like they open Connections Cafe and Eatery, or soft open it. It actually officially opens up tomorrow. Actually,
tomorrow,
April
yeah.
27th. So it's a good step. I mean, Epcot's in the right direction, I'd say.
Yeah.
I still haven't been on Remy's, so next week will be my first time on Remy's, which I'm excited about. I'm not setting my expectations super high, but I am excited to be able to not have to go to Disneyland Paris to check out Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, you know? Uh,
Yeah, I mean, it was a cute attraction. I like it because it didn't replace anything, and it
yeah,
was just brand new, and it's a fun ride. Like it's a perfect family friendly ride.
I think you hit the nail on the coffin right there. Is like it didn't replace anything, so like how could you not enjoy it?
Hmm.
It's something new that we don't have to give away anything, you know? Like the energy adventure with Guardians.
Well, I mean, that's basically put it this way: like we lost a great movie ride, and we got Mickey and Minnie's Runaway
Yeah,
Railway.
and it's hard because it's like I mean I never got to ride Great Movie Ride, but like that looked insane, like insanely cool, you
Yeah,
know.
to me that hurt. However, I really enjoy Mickey and Minnie's. I
Hmm.
feel like this is going to be a very similar situation where I didn't like Ellen's attraction as much. However, I feel like this being a property that a lot of people are attached to now, and I am,
Yeah.
that it's going to be enjoyable regardless, just because of the source material.
What with Guardians?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you say, kind of in that source material realm, like the soundtrack that they're playing in it and everything.
And isn't it there's five different or six different like song
Yeah,
options
yeah. There's a
that
bunch of
might
different
pop
song
up?
options.
So it's
It's just
pretty
like with
cool.
Mission Breakout here in California, they have different songs that play on each different experience, and you can't really pick which one. It's kind of just random, which is
True.
cool, because then it makes guests want to go ride it over and over again. And
And
then you
try to
have,
get
of
that
course,
different ride.
Test Track right across the way, and like I said, Play Pavilion right next to it. It's perfect. So I mean, I can't knock
Figment
it.
Figment update coming soon. I'm just saying we're gonna get
We're gonna
something's
get
happening.
a new
Something's gonna
Figment
happen to
Dark
Figment.
Ride.
I don't think it's gonna be a new Figment Dark Ride. I feel like after everything's done with this huge Epcot rehaul,
Uh huh.
they're going to do something to Figment's attraction. They're
I
going
think.
to,
Well, look, because they scrapped Spaceship Earth's major renovation, which sucks because I feel like Spaceship Earth needs that so bad.
yeah,
I mean, they can do an overhaul with Figment since he's such a big part in the parks, but also like bring back a Figment walk around character.
yeah. I feel like there's literally locations for meet and greets as you exit Figment. There's a meet and greet for Ralph and Vanellope, and then on
And
the other
Joy.
one, and Joy and Sadness on the other
Mhm.
side. They're both right there. You can literally add a Figment meet and greet,
Yeah.
and the fans will go crazy.
I mean, the point of
Regardless,
it is Walt Disney World isn't landlocked at all, but Epcot for sure is not landlocked. Like they have a lot of room.
yeah, they have a lot of room over there.
I mean, even with Finding Nemo, you know, like
Yeah.
they could scrap that. I mean, that's a good attraction, but still, there's plenty of room for expansion there.
See, the thing that's hard there is that's literally like the aquarium.
Yeah,
So
that's the
that's
only
the
thing.
only like big
Hmm.
if there. So it's like if they were to just make that another kind of IP,
Hmm.
maybe, but I don't even know what they could put there if they were to get rid of Nemo.
Yeah, I think that there's just a way bigger picture for Epcot. Like with Hollywood Studios, you're kind of landlocked. There's not lots that
Yeah,
you
you
can
can't
build on
really.
there.
Yeah, you
Magic
start going left, you get
Kingdom,
a hotel.
yeah,
Right, you get a hotel.
Magic Kingdom. Yeah, they could tear down stuff, but Magic Kingdom's a classic one. So how much do they really want to tear down, right?
Mm,
Animal Kingdom, plenty of room for expansion, and I'm sure there are plans for that, you know. But Epcot right now is the one that's really getting the huge revamp.
yeah, I mean, and you can see them slowly taking this process. They started with Hollywood. Well, they tried to start with Magic Kingdom when they did New Fantasyland,
Mm-hmm.
and then they went over to Hollywood
Yeah,
Studios and they
they've
did,
just been jumping around.
and then now they're going to Epcot. So after this, will they go back to Animal Kingdom or will they
Hmm.
go and try to work on the original park like back at Magic
Well,
and
and
give
you
us?
gotta think with Primeval Whirl obviously getting destroyed like last year.
Yeah,
There's obviously bigger plans for that area, and I feel like Dinosaurs Days are counting. I would hope not. I'd hope they just leave it as a standalone attraction. But I feel like we won't be able to ride Dinosaur in the near future, to be honest. I think D23 in August will really, really reveal a whole ton. I think that's my
just
best guess.
replace it with Indiana Jones. As someone that's been on both now, just replaced with Indiana Jones.
Man, I just like dinosaur because of how terrifying it is.
It's scary. Like that is
But
one
as far
scary.
as overall
Like
theming, Indy is better.
yeah, 100%. Even the queue is amazing.
Speaking of animals, though, like there's lots of work going on in SeaWorld San Diego, surprisingly. Um, and both SeaWorld parks, which we'll talk about, both SeaWorld parks with new attractions, both ones that have opened and both ones that are currently in construction progress. But one thing I want to talk about in the animal reference is Dolphin Days is currently closed in San Diego. They just have it closed for refurbishment. There's lots of speculation going around that they're changing the show, and it looks like they're repainting the entire amphitheater. They're changing the set piece and everything on the main stage. So, I think that Dolphin Days is gonna go bye bye. I think before it was Blue Horizons was the show name. Did you guys have Blue Horizons?
We had that same show, yeah.
Yeah.
Blue Horizons.
And then we went to Dolphin Days, and now it seems like they're trying to transition away into something else. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Don't know what San Diego's decision is on that, but I mean, all I can think of is it's good. They've obviously been building new restaurants and eateries there, and they obviously just opened up Emperor, which is a great addition to the park. But not only that. Recently, I think parkfans.net put out a brand new blueprint that they got a hold of for the Wild Arctic Family Coaster that was originally slated to, or rumored to, be built last year, but then obviously Emperor got pushed back, so that was a priority first. So now the new kind of coaster rumor is that we're getting a family launch coaster, kind of the same concept of Manta that we have, not Manta in Orlando, Manta in San Diego, which I don't really think we need another family launch coaster. I think that we need something else. But, you can't knock San Diego. We're going to have another coaster potentially, hopefully. But these blueprints did change since the more earlier blueprints got released in 2020. So that's interesting. But, Adrian, what's going on over in Orlando?
There's so much going on. We just had Icebreaker open, which is a great compact coaster. It's super. I don't want to say it's super tiny, but
It fits in
the
the area.
it fits in that area so well because we had you guys have Wild Arctic as well, right? Well, you had
Hmm.
it. We had our. It's right next to our Wild Arctic, and Wild Arctic is gone. There's nothing there.
Yeah,
It's an empty
our
building.
theaters are there, but it's like
Yeah.
nothing.
Oh, for HOS, we literally walked through Wild Arctic. It's
Same,
so weird.
same. Dude, we have a
So
maze
weird.
in Wild Arctic.
It was so weird, but I'm like, this is pretty cool. I can get down with this. But across the river from that same area where Icebreaker is, we have what they're calling the landscaping project all over social media, which we just saw them bring in some nice looking like trees, like
Some
the
nice palm
trusses.
trees with nothing behind
Yeah,
it.
nothing behind it.
Yeah.
But we're getting that rumored surf coaster that's been speculated for, I want to say about 4 or 5 years now.
Hmm.
So this is pretty exciting to see. I think it's like a B&M surf coaster
Yeah, it's a B&M
thing.
surf coaster. That's what the tracks look like. There's tracks on site, which is crazy.
It's crazy because they just finished this attraction. Like they just finished Icebreaker. They just opened. Well, they didn't just finish it, but you know what I mean. They
Yeah,
just
yeah. It
launched this
just it was
coaster.
it was like an Emperor situation. It was company wide as far as all the new attractions go.
Yeah, because it was like same thing with like the Busch parks as well.
Hmm.
It's all SeaWorld, but it's like they just did this, and now they're getting ready to open a new attraction, which would possibly be like 2 years, 3 years down the road, more or
Yeah.
less, roughly.
Hmm.
I want to say by like 2024, late 2023
What, for this attraction open?
for the surf coaster, maybe
I
sooner too.
I think it'll open next year.
To
For
2023.
for
Okay.
them to already have track pieces on site, I think it'll
Yeah.
be next year.
Here's my big question. Usually when we do not what's it called, Christmas Town, we
Yeah.
we use that back walkway a lot.
Yeah.
So now that they're putting a
I mean, don't
coaster
you guys
back
use that
there,
for a lot of special events?
yeah, a lot of our
Mhm.
special events go back through there. So I wonder if they're going to move it somewhere else and kind of have it spaced out throughout the park, or if they're just
Yeah.
gonna keep using that same little spot.
I mean, from the
Weird.
pictures, it looks like there are tons of room,
Yeah.
and I do like how SeaWorld social media is kind of having fun with it, being like, oh look, there's palm trees here when there's track pieces behind it. But I think 2022, I really do. Or
Yeah,
I'm
so
so
we're
stupid. 2023.
2023.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Earlier I said 2022, guys. Excuse me. You guys got to understand the past couple years have been rough. All right. But I think
Also,
2023. I really do. Next year.
I don't know if you've been following Scream Orlando.
Not as much, no.
So if you look at they've been posting these pictures,
Hmm.
and on the corners of each of the pictures, they have numbers. These numbers have gone down every time they posted them. My big assumption here is that that is a countdown to when we get our first official announcement from SeaWorld HOS, and it's lining up to be May 13th, Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like all the parks and horror events are planning for that since it's so soon. I've been hearing
Yeah.
talks about HHN announcements in May.
Mm-hmm.
So that could potentially be a thing. Wouldn't it be awesome if we just got announcements from all the major haunt events on
Oh, in the
Friday the
same
13th?
week. Oh
Oh
my
man, that'd be
God.
awesome. I mean, at, like Scream San Diego, we still have our maze that's constructed at Deathwater Bayou, and that's gonna obviously
Mm.
make its return. But as far as the other ones, I haven't seen any visible work going on. I do know that obviously they have lots going on throughout the park between Emperor, the new restaurants, and everything. So I think that early planning is definitely going to start very soon for our Scream over here on the West Coast as well, especially with Orlando gearing up. And they've already made it official that it's coming back for San Diego. They've already posted the marketing all over the place, all throughout the park. So it's exciting.
It's a big thing. It's a big step. Can't wait to see what. Hopefully, I get to go out to San Diego this season. I'm really hoping I can. So that's on
And
my.
quick little tidbit. Not Scary Farm over here on the West Coast is actually currently hiring lead supervisors, I believe the job title is, or department supervisors, which you can find more information on their website or on their social media, knottsberryfarm.com on the website. And then I'll obviously leave a link down below in the description to their Instagram and their social and their website so you can find out more information as far as working for Not Scary Farm this year. But, lots of work going on in the horror haunt industry, Adrian. And
Wait, hold on,
obviously
hold
the
on, hold on,
big.
hold on. I'm gonna just say this one thing. That sounded just like it was an ad. That was not a paid ad, guys. But
Wait,
it
did I
sounded
really?
like you sounded
Oh,
like a
oh, dude,
paid
that's
ad.
awesome. I mean, like, if Knott's wants to sponsor me, that's fine.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, he'll take it.
I guess that's just me being good at my job.
100%, hundred
Let me
percent.
tell you guys, I'm not going to disclose where I work, but I work somewhere where I need to be perky like that all the time. So I guess I'm just good
Same.
at it. And now, a little tidbit: Halloween Horror Nights returns. Make sure to get your scare on and never go alone.
Again,
Again, never go alone again. We couldn't
again.
get you the first time, but this time we'll get you. I
Yeah,
promise.
yeah. The first
But
time, some of you guys went alone. Now
yeah,
you're
yeah.
stuck.
I mean, I'm gonna go alone this year, and I know I'm gonna go alone and enjoy those amazing facades in Hollywood.
Oh, those facades look so beautiful out there, man. Like,
So, Adrian, I'm gonna test your knowledge since you've been making Hollywood videos. Tell
all
us a
right,
little
all
about
right,
the facades.
all right. So where do you want me to start? Curious George tents.
I don't care, man. Wherever you want to
All right,
start.
all right. We'll go with the Curious George tents where we saw the Scarecrow facade. Well, the rumored Scarecrow facade. That thing is drop dead gorgeous, and I mean, at first I just saw a house, and I'm like, you know what?
Hmm.
That's pretty cool. I can't wait to see how this evolves.
Yeah.
But now they started adding that fencing around it, giving it that old weathered look. The only thing this needs, in my opinion, is
He's
corn.
gonna talk about the corn. Yep. There we go.
Corn right up front. Just give me that corn. I
You
want some
know,
sweet, sweet corn.
You know what's exciting about that facade in specific is okay, first of all, I just want to say Hollywood facades are going to be nuts this year. Like actually nuts. Like they're going to be so good. Like this feels like 2015 and below, like facade quality, which oh man, I'm so excited. One of the Walking Dead mazes, let's just say the last Walking Dead in 2015, where it was Terminus,
Mm.
what was not far, they had an incredible facade and they actually had it extended outside where they had a whole bunch of stuff outside and they had zombies walking around and that's how typically all the facades were for Hollywood and then they kind of started to get lackluster. This year with Scarecrow, the rumored Scarecrow maze, they're putting out that, the fence and it looks like it's going to be an extension to where there is, like you said, maybe fake corn, maybe real corn, all piled out around out there or just some form of character out there, instead of just the house and that's it, which I'm thrilled about.
What if they put a miniature, not a huge type of corn
Mhm.
maze, but what if they were to put some kind of corn maze before you enter the house?
I mean, I can see them doing it because they do stuff with that. They have done stuff like that with Persian courtyard in the past, where they have
'Cause
some form of little gauntlet in the beginning before you get into the maze.
if you look at how the fence is set up, the one like the one closest to you, looking at it
It
from the
looks like they're
parking,
trying to like set it up for a
like
maze.
trying to make it like come out, and then
Yeah.
there's a shorter side on the other, so it looks like maybe you come in,
Hmm.
out, and then back into the entrance of the actual house.
Yeah, which
Well,
is
maze, but
interesting, you know. But I'm really excited to be honest.
and and then they started construction on the other tent, but there's no facade yet. I
Yeah,
can't wait to see if
that was
that's
that rumor for American Werewolf.
yeah. Remember from American Werewolf, people online were saying that the setup's very similar,
Yeah, my
so
good buddy
that's pretty
Justin
cool.
already like did his research on like the layout and it looks practically the same.
Hmm. Pretty accurate. From there,
But
I
I
think
know
we could
you're
just.
excited for a Persian courtyard.
Oh, I'm so excited for Persian Courtyard. If you guys are fans of Horror Nights Unscripted, you guys know that my main house that I wanted to do in Hollywood was always La Llorona. And it's rumored to be La Llorona. And every day the construction gets more and more to look just like that church facade. And oh,
I feel
it's gonna
like
be
my
nice.
fans get tired of like hearing me talk about that damn maze because I talk about how great it was and how like I miss it, and I'm
Yeah,
just trying not to get hyped up about it just in case something happens. Until it gets announced is when I'll let my full excitement out about it.
yeah. I mean, I basically have planned a trip because of this maze
Yeah,
alone.
I can't wait to
So
walk with Adrian through it, man.
I'm just gonna cry, bro. Real tears. I'm gonna
But
have
then we
tears.
have, of course, the Mummy queue, which is rumored to be Revenge of the Mummy or Mummy versus Wolfman. Revenge of the Mummy versus the Wolfman, the ride in Hotep. He's real. Uh, but that facade we originally thought was going to be the Museum of Antiques, and now it's just I don't know what it is. Like I really don't.
It's a beautiful building.
It's going to be another beautiful facade, like
Yeah.
for sure. The detail is incredible.
I also really like how I don't know if it's Hollywood fucking with people.
Hmm.
Sorry, but
No, I don't care.
the fact
This
that
is
they
exploring
have
attractions. We're not famous friendly.
ever since we acquired another company, we need to
Yeah.
be appropriate. But the fact that they flip the facade so that people can see the facade, I don't know if they're doing that
Uh-huh.
for a try to get more publicity with it.
D-
Like they know people go to the park and take pictures of the facade from
Uh-huh.
that or the maze itself. I don't know if they're doing it for that.
I think it's crowd control, but also I think Universal's smart for doing it, like flipping it. Because, like you said, publicity is everything.
Yeah, it's really big PR. There's people
I,
that look
I
to go out
think
to that park
Universal
all the time.
Hollywood in
And
general is headed in the right direction. Like,
yeah,
just with everything. I think that they're headed in the right direction and trying to take more, not steal from Orlando, but like take more of their ideas, you know,
yeah.
and
I mean,
apply it to
it's
Hollywood.
kind of like a give and share kind of thing. Like if you
Yeah.
keep looking, like on our original speculation when we had Pandora's box, I was really
Mm.
excited to see that.
Yeah.
But seeing like all this stuff that might be occurring, who knows if maybe we're borrowing scares or telling like our creative team is talking to each other saying, "Oh, hey, how do you do this? Let's try this and that," giving ideas back and forth, which would be really cool.
Now with Orlando,
Executed.
there's obviously like there's big photos and everything out there. Obviously, there's going to be a Fast and Furious location house, which is
Family.
awesome. It's going to be such a weird like exit and
It's so
entrance. I feel like, but it will work, you know. But there's definitely tents out and everything, courtesy of Bio Reconstruct, who has showcase photos like that.
showcasing everything.
There's
What a
lots
nice
of
guy.
rumors going around that Orlando lost a big IP, but I think that those rumors are very, very false. I think Stranger Things will for sure be featured in Orlando this year. Like, without a doubt, I think so.
I feel like something Netflix related has to be featured at the event.
Yeah,
Regardless.
especially if Hollywood's going to do something, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, we wouldn't have any Netflix thing this year.
Yeah, which
Would
is
we?
that's so odd to
Yeah,
me.
that's weird. But, if it's going to be an IP that's getting lost, then it'd be a Netflix property. But I
Yeah.
don't see Orlando not doing Stranger Things. I don't.
Yeah.
Because arguably
so
it's more successful in Orlando than Hollywood.
I mean, it's basically what brought a huge new fan base to the event.
Yeah.
Like we've always talked about it since we've started our other podcast. It was like that Stranger Things. It started with the Walking Dead crowd that brought in a bunch of people,
Hmm.
but then when Stranger Things came, it brought in a huge wave of a bunch of new fans, and
Yeah,
now they
for
love the
sure.
event. Like,
And I think that the weekend is pretty much set in stone. Unlike Billie Eilish, I think that the weekend will stay. like for sure.
I really hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. Just so I can see everybody who was like talking bad about it be like, "Oh
Right.
my God, so good."
No, it's like it happens all the time with the horror. I
With
apologize for the tangent I'm about to
with
go on,
with
but
everything.
it happens every year. Everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, this is happening! Oh my gosh, it's coming again." Bro, they go to the house once and they're like, "Wow, that was really good. I was wrong." But then fast forward another like 6 months when there's speculation season, they do the same thing
I
over
know, and I
and
talk about it all the
over
time. I'm
again.
like, it happens to myself, but I try not to let it I'll let it affect me right when the rumor mill goes around, and I'll be like, you know what? No, this will be cool. But everybody, like, people will literally attack someone's personality trait because they think
Mhm.
some house or some maze will do good, and they'll attack someone's
Yeah.
personality trait. But like, it's just dumb. Like, you're doing this over a horror event. You know what I mean? Like, come on
Oh man.
now. Yeah,
Mhm.
like the memes and all are funny, but at the end of the day, people want to talk about like, oh, Universal never does this. Oh, Universal never does this. Oh, this event is lacking quality. Blah 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 blah. Look, they're never gonna please you, and that's just the
Yeah.
bottom line. So all you can do is just enjoy the event of what it is. You
No matter
know?
what it is, just enjoy it, have fun.
Yeah, because we only get it for 3 months out of every year. So take it for don't take it for granted. They could easily be ripped away from us, just like in 2020. So
Exactly. I feel like 2020 should have made a bunch of people
yeah, I
grateful
know. More appreciative,
that
yeah.
we had the event.
And that is
But
Scott and Adrian's rant today.
we apologize.
More staying on the Halloween side of things, Disney's gearing up for their biggest halfway to Halloween celebration. It's teasing
Popcorn
some
buckets.
big, yeah, yeah. One, the Jack Skellington popcorn bucket. But I think that the main Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party will make its return. I think that's going to be their big announcement this Thursday. Because they said they're going to have a big celebration / announcement on Thursday. But you have to announce something for California too. Like you can't just be for Florida.
Yeah,
So
it can't just be Florida or international.
I
So
think that something big and new is coming for Oogie Boogie Bash, and I don't want to jinx it right now because I have a lot of thoughts in my head and I've heard a couple things, but I don't want to jinx it. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If they could just literally announce a popcorn bucket for California and Florida, not the Jack
I
Skellington
mean,
one, a new one, like a Hocus
and
Pocus one or something.
it's gonna be a glow in the dark oogie boogie with the suit
But
coming off, so it's
it'll
just
be a
bugs.
different color of green than it
Yeah,
was last year.
a different shade of green.
So I'm excited to see what their halfway to Halloween announcement because they are teasing it in the blog and everything, saying this is their biggest celebration. This is going to be a big surprise to everybody. Blah 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 blah. So, knock on wood, that something big happens.
I mean, yeah, I hope something happens.
I hope you guys just get Mickey's Not So Scary back instead of Boo
That,
Bash.
yeah, not even Boo. Was it called Boo Bash? Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
it
called
was
Boo
it
Bash.
was
That
Mickey's
was so
Boo
terrible.
Bash.
That was
I
so
remember because me and
terrible,
Chris were like hating on it so much.
bro. It makes zero sense. Like, I don't like it.
I
It
mean,
wasn't for me.
and then Epic Universe over in Universal Orlando chugging along. You can see the
Ooh,
progress and layout of the entire park. What are you
so
most
much.
excited for? Like, I know you're gonna say monsters, but I'd say like a couple of things you're most excited for Epic Universe.
Um, all right. Monsters. No.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to say seeing Super Nintendo World.
Yeah,
Like, I think that's gonna be something awesome to see, especially because we're opening with Donkey Kong. We're
yeah,
not just gonna open in phases.
and you'll get Yoshi too.
And we'll get Yoshi, yeah. There's that. There's How to Train Your Dragon. And I'm curious about the Wizarding World.
I know, especially with the
Curious.
relationship with J.K. Rowling right now.
I'm really curious to see if that stays, if that changes, if something
hmm
happens there. Who knows?
I don't
It's a
know,
lot of
man.
different.
I'm curious. I can't wait to be their opening day in what 2024, 2025. Um,
25, right?
yeah, I
24?
think it's 25. I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
if they're super speedy on progress, they'll open it in 2024. But it's a little bit crazy to put up a theme park in 2 years, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but I'm excited, and Super Nintendo World over here is chugging along. We obviously opened up our little tribute store for Hollywood Super
That
Nintendo
store is
World.
adorable.
That's going to open up next year, early next year, and I am so thrilled because we get to see detail when we go to the park all the time. And it's new detail all the time. So it's exciting to track. It's a little bit smaller, but I'm sure they'll look into potentially expanding it in the future depending on how good it does. And, I think that we will have the potential to get Donkey Kong too. I don't think we'll ever get Yoshi since we have an Omni Mover Dark Ride and Secret Life of Pets, but I do think that they'll look into expanding it into bringing Donkey Kong to Hollywood as well in the near future. So I'm excited for Super Nintendo World, really. I'm excited about all these things.
I feel like Super Nintendo World is going to be a huge pivotal point for Hollywood.
Yeah. It's definitely going to skyrocket.
If it brings a lot of success, which it will, it's going to allow for either A, expansion, or B, a lot of newer technology brought to the park.
I mean, you're going to have literally LA. Everybody's going to be making TikToks and everything about this land. And they're going to be like, did you know you can visit a Super Nintendo World themed land at Universal Studios Hollywood? They have a Mario Kart ride. It's so much fun. Influencers, just like ourselves.
Oh, yeah, accurate. That's us.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But you're targeting the social influencers, like the LA social influencers that are gonna blow this land up and they won't even know. Well, I mean, I think we got a good podcast here. I think I thoroughly enjoyed this, to be honest, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. And if you want to see more, then we'll do more, just like random talks like this. But
let us know down below.
Yeah, I mean, keep an eye out for LoshTV's channel. That's all I'll say. Yeah. Actually, it's not what you guys think. He's actually releasing his own app. It's going to be called the Losh app. And it's basically everything that you need to know about LoshTV, and that's it. That's the app.
Yeah, there's nothing else on there. It's just like a Q&A that I recorded 3 years ago. That's the same answers now. So,
what's your favorite baseball team? I think the Marlins. But guys, like I said, if you enjoyed it, let us know in the comments section and let us know your favorite part of what we talked about, because we try to cover everything as far as East Coast and West Coast and all the theme parks. So I'll be out there next week in Florida. I'm excited. I'll be out there for a week and a half doing some new things other than just Disney and Universal, so that'll be fun. And Adrian will pop in a couple of the vlogs as well, so it'll be good fun. But my name is Scott from Exploring Attractions.
I've been Adrian from LoshTV.
And you can find both of our channel links and everything down below in the description. I mean, you're obviously watching Exploring Attractions right now, but you guys get what I mean. We'll catch you guys in the next one. And most importantly, remember to keep exploring. Positivity is key. Peace. Adios. Guys, I love you.
I almost said, this has been Horror Nights Unscripted.
That would have been freaking awesome, man. That was good. That was a good show.
Oh man, I almost did it. I was like, this has been Horror Nights Unscripted.